All right, I got 12 o'clock on the dial. So thank you guys so much for hopping on. Great information for you this week. We have huge things from Sunup with Likewise. We got some market updates that are going to help your stores, and then some tips to help make you super profitable, as we finish up tax season and go into April. And so really stuff to keep in mind because tax seasons, we've had our issues. I think we all been through them. Good news is we're kind of at the end of that tunnel now where we're getting back to some normalcy. But we got to be ready for April. And to maximize that traffic, once you have that tax season traffic start coming to an end, maximizing those customers that are walking into your doors each and every day. So to get it started, let me pass over to Sunup R7 with some awesome new enhancements for Likewise. Sunup, if you want to share your screen, take it away.
Yep, thanks so much. How's my sound?
We've got you loud and cleared.
Awesome. You guys, I am so excited about this. This has been a pain point, and not to turn this into a negative because we have a conclusion, but this has been a pain point for us for years and years. I've been with my company for 11 years, and we have been pushing this forever for the prepaid brand, right? It's prepaid, and we were like, what do you mean you need a credit card? So over the years, I have gathered some objections that I've heard from you guys, right? We go into stores and we're trying to say, hey, your attach rate's only at 35%. Like, how are we going to get you to 50%? And the answers we would hear is, hey, listen, my customers don't have credit cards. They don't have debit cards, and they operate completely on cash. We can't sell it to 50% of our people. So finally, fast forward to just last week, we've removed that objection. We are now completely taking cash in store. This is a huge deal. It is a game changer in our life. And honestly, and the way we can position this is to make it work for us, which I'll talk about in a second. So a lot of the objections I've heard is, it doesn't work. How am I going to get a customer? They barely have enough money to pay the deductible. Now they have to go out and buy a vanilla Visa gift card, right? Those things are $6, and then they're going to come in and pay the deductible with that. And it was a big pain point, right? But again, Boost Shield, we're out there in the business trying to save our customers money. Deductible is always going to be lower than the full SRP device by a lot. And don't forget, you guys, when you're doing the math on that, don't forget to include the setup fee and taxes they would pay if they had to buy a device outright. They're saving all that money with a little $20 deductible, $50 deductible that they can now pay in cash. Another point is we are in the process of training our care. Now, for anybody on the line who has done a couple of these last week, last week was a little bumpy, but this morning we had a training with our care. Those are the people that answer from our call center. And we're instructing them to let all of the customers that call in by themselves, right? So I know you guys may feel like you're handling every single claim yourself. 70% of the people who file claims with us are calling in at home. And now when they call into our care is letting them know your local Boost Mobile is now able to take your deductible payment in cash in store. A lot of times that's going to direct people to just walk into a Boost store, which is incredible. I know Adam's going to go into, what we do with foot traffic, but now we can add Boost Shield customers to this list as well. When a customer comes in trying to pay their deductible in cash, most of I wouldn't say most, but 36% of our claims are lost phones. If they lost their phone, they probably lost their case, right? So here's an opportunity to sell them some accessories. They're coming in to make their deductible payment in cash. Me personally, if I lost my phone, I wouldn't go anywhere by myself. I would bring somebody with me. So I grab Adam. Hey, Adam, I'm not comfortable driving without a phone. Can you take me to my Boost Mobile store? He says, sure. Him and I walk in together. Now you have an opportunity to sell an Adeline too, right? This is just another swing in the door. And again, after today, our care is instructing every single person that calls in, even from their home, hey, you guys do have an opportunity to pay cash in store. So hopefully you guys see some foot traffic from this, and what you guys do with it is up to you. But I would capitalize. I would take every opportunity, sell a whole bunch of accessories, sell all the Adelines you can, and then show them that you're the one who took care of them. At the end of the day, we want our customers as loyal as possible to our store. And when you help them every step of the way, and again, they didn't have to go out and spend that extra money on a prepaid Visa gift card, you are assisting them. It is going to be just a great experience. They're going to have their replacement the very next day, and you guys get to be the hero. So a little bit about the process. When a customer files a claim, now let's say they filed it over the phone. They talked over the phone. Our care, like I said, instructed them that they can go into their Boost mobile store. Our care is going to select that button right there that says store collected because the customer said, I'm going to run into Boost and pay it in cash. But if you are completing your claims yourself, that means you went into myphoneguardian.com. You started a claim, you went through all the little questions. When did it break? How did it break, right? At the end of it, you're going to see this exact same screen. Do they want to pay with credit or would they like to do store collected? This part needs to be completed before you take the cash through ePay. If you don't complete this part first, then ePay is not going to allow you. It's going to say no pending transaction. So just make sure this is done. Again, if you guys are getting any issues from our care and maybe they're not selecting this button, please, please, please let me know right away, just because it is a training opportunity and we're going to get this right. You know, I think by today we are completely good to go. But if we're not, if you guys are seeing otherwise, just let me know. Store collected in My Phone Guardian has to be completed first. Right after that, they're going to get an email. Now, this is another really great reason to make sure that the email address on the account is correct prior to filing a claim. Just because we send them all this important information that's going to make this process really easy for you guys. If their email address says none@noemail.com, that will obviously they'll never receive this email, and then it makes this process just a little more complicated. So hopefully you guys are checking the account, check the Boost mobile account, add the correct email address, make sure they have access to it, and then move forward with the claim. They will receive this email. Now, it is not highlighted, but if you look at number 2, it has an account number in there. My team right now, we are working with ePay to remove the requirement for the account number, but throughout this week and next week, it is still going to be there. So right there, they're going to get their account number in that email. Our care also has that account number. So let's say that email was noemail@noemail.com. You can go ahead and call into care to get this account number, or you can reach out to me as well, and I can pull that up for you pretty fast. But again, hopefully by early next week, this is not a requirement anymore. So they get this email. You guys go into, you've completed the My Phone Guardian part. You go into Web Post, you select the Likewize button on the left side of the screen, just like you would when you're doing a coupon code redemption. In fact, when you click Likewize, you're going to see on the right, there's going to be a little drop down. Are you taking a deductible payment or are you doing a coupon redemption? Obviously, in this case, you would click the deductible payments. It is going to ask you for a little more information. So it's going to ask you for the claim ID, the customer's phone number again, just to verify, and then that account number, which hopefully by next week is gone. But right now it is in that email. And again, you can call care or myself to grab it. Once you enter in all this stuff in there and you hit continue, it's going to populate how much that deductible is on the left. So it'll show you the $20 deductible or the $50 deductible or the $175, depending on what device you're claiming, right? Then you just go ahead and process it. Complete transaction. You ring it out just like you would any other payment in Web Post. And that is it. ePay is talking directly to our systems in real time. So within a minute, we're notified that deductible payment was made and we are releasing the device immediately. Adam, were you going to say something?
Nope, that wasn't me. Are there any other, if there's any comments out there, Rachel, if you
yeah,
have a comment,
please.
maybe? Nope, I think we're good.
Okay. So you guys, let's capitalize on this, right? Like I think that our care telling everybody, instructing everybody to go into the stores if they want to pay cash, I think that might be the biggest win of this whole thing, because now you guys can just sell more accessories and utilize this. Again, if there are any hiccups along the way, please inform me. None of them are too small, because what we're doing is just making this process better. By the end of next week, account numbers are gone. process is really simple. Claim ID and all the information can be found on My Phone Guardian. And obviously, Jamie and I, or depending on what market you're in, are available for any kind of questions you have along the way. Thank you guys very much.
Awesome. Thank you, Sana. Appreciate you. So this is great stuff. A little surprised we only have a few, 4 people on our attendees. Let's feel like over 30 last week, but we will pass this on in our store visits as well, Sana, with these guys. Maybe have you back on a future call because, guys, this is a game changer, right? So this is a huge opportunity. So congratulations for those of you that are on the call and are getting this information because we don't take those payments in cash. It's been an ask for a long, long time. So you kind of know you have the process on how to do this and get that best experience for your customers, help make those claims, and help make sure you are pushing that device protection on your new activations and your upgrades. All right, so can everyone see my screen okay?
We've got you.
All right. So before I jump in, kind of the ways to really maximize on your customers walking in your doors, which is going to get important in April, right? Because in April, that's typically our slow month. It seems like usually the first month of every quarter is our slower month, like January, April, July, October. Those months seem to be the months that we have the dips because we don't have the big events that are driving traffic, like Christmas, like tax season, stuff like that. So I'm going to give you some tips to make you guys as profitable as possible as we head into that next window for April. But first, I wanted to go over some new market updates with you guys. So if you're looking at order inventory, we do have some constraints on the shock flip. That flip phone, it could be going into life because it's been tight for a while now. And the renewed XRs, renewed 11s, renewed 12s. Boost has not been sending many of these to us at DCI, so you can check your allocation, what's out there. But I want to tell you some really good news on some of the whys behind that, especially on the 12 specifically. If you look at the new customer pricing, because we are getting healthy again. We're healthy on the iPhone 13s, the 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, 14 Pro Max, and renewed 12 Pro. But that let's talk about the 12 and the renewed 12, right? So that pricing is going to be $149.99 for a port-in, which is similar to what your renewed pricing is, right? So why is Boost going to order these phones for DDPs like DCI when you can get the new phone for the same as the renewed phone, right? You're going to sell new over renewed all day, every day. So just want to let you know there's the deals that are out there on those renewed 12s, the 64 gig, 128 and 256 gigs. There is some awesome pricing coming out there, and we are improving on our new inventory on those as we see those renewed phones get less and less, and this is now probably 3 weeks in a row that we're not really getting those in. So focus on your news, focus on what's healthy. Again, we're improving on the new 11s for the iPhone, the new iPhone 12s, and we are very healthy on the iPhone 13, 14, 14 Plus, 14 Pro, 14 Pro Max, and renewed 12 Pro. Next, wanted to stress to you guys, Boost has a lot of calls. I almost had this as our call next week, thought about doing it for next week's call, but I think Boost kind of has this training qualified. I'll probably put it in my deck. It just won't be the main topic for next week's call, but wanted to give you kind of a cliff notes on it, right? The Customer ID Program, or CIP, is what is coming to Boost. There's a bunch of trainings this week. These were scheduled about, not last week, but the week prior, I believe. And they all got canceled because obviously we had our huge system issues. So the trainings are all back on board. If you guys don't know these trainings, these are the Boost corporate trainings for the CIP program or customer ID program. Make sure you hop on one of those. And what it's going to be is basically customers are going to give you the IDs. And Metro already does this, right? So our competitors are already using something like this. If you got any questions, you can stop me. That might have just been background noise. But if you got any questions, please feel free to stop me anytime and ask. But yeah, the CIP program is going to check your customer's name, address, date of birth. And one of the key things is an established email. So they have to have an email they're using. It's not like you can create an email for the customer that's never had one. And obviously, most of your customers, if they have a phone and they're coming in, they do have some kind of email address. But it's going to give you better pricing on phones. So you're going to get new lines with ID verification pricing. And you're going to see that coming very, very soon. So this is going to be pretty cool. It's going to give you additional discounts to your customers. Again, our competitors are already doing this, and it's good in a couple of ways. It helps make sure your customers are legitimate, it's not fraud, they're getting better pricing, and that should help for retention, meaning they stay with you, past 3, 4, 5, 6 months. So this is all coming. Make sure you hop on a training call on that this week. Next, I want to talk about the Quest app for ACP. So if you have not updated the Quest 2.0, make sure you get that done here in the next couple of weeks, because the Legacy Quest 1.0 will not be supported after April 14th and will not be able to be accessed after that date. So make sure that you guys are all updating your Quest apps to Quest 2.0. That is available for you to download. So if you're on this call, you got a head start. Do it today. I'll probably cover this one on every call up to that date, but make sure you guys are doing that. It's going to be a kind of new look and feel, some language accessibility to change it from English to Spanish, ability to change passwords, and some other improvements as well. All right, now let's jump into some of the meat and potatoes, the maximizing your skills as a solutions consultant. And so that starts to becoming a guru of ACP. And I see and I feel this has fallen way off your guys' radar as of the last couple of weeks with the systems issues. With the systems issues that went on, you guys have been focusing on maintaining your customer base, doing the best you can to satisfy it. But I know that ACP has gone down, and I'll ask dealers directly, and they'll be like, yeah, even managers tell me, Adam, it's just with everything going on, it just hasn't been a focus. We're not focused on it. And like managers who used to do 20 months that are at 4, they're like, yeah, no, I got to get back to it, right? So it hasn't been a focus. And ACP is so huge because you can get all your customers, basically everything you can get on a $50 plan for a $20 plan. Now, I know you guys know ACP, but sometimes you need a reminder of this is the sale that is the most profitable for your store, because those customers are going to pay month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, month 6, and month 1, 2, 3, and 6 are profit drivers for your location. On top of that, there is an outlier report where I have some doors that they crush month 1, 2, and 3, but then there's a big drop off from month 3 to month 4, and dealers may be like, well, maybe I'll give them an incentive. They pay those first 3 bills, but if they don't come in to pay month 4, you're still going to be on an outlier report for Dish, which is still going to be negative for your location. If you put them on ACP, the government's paying that bill. So if I have, let's say I have $30 in my pocket, my bill is 20 instead of 50, obviously I'm going to pay that bill that's only $20. Or if I have 10 different bills in my house, one's 50, one's 20, what bill is more likely to get paid? That bill that's 20, right? Especially if it's a phone bill, because phones are no longer a want in our society, they're a need. Like every single person has a phone. I don't know of anybody that has no wireless device. And if you introduce me to one, I'd probably look at them a little funny, like, how do you not have a phone, right? Like in today's days and time, everyone has a good phone, which is one of the great things about having a career in wireless, is you're always going to have a job, right? People are always going to need a phone. They're always going to need a new device, an upgrade, or customers that are coming of age and getting their new devices. But this ACP program, guys, there's still a lot of low-hanging fruit out there for you to maximize on and really take advantage to each and every customer coming in your door. But you have to ask. I can't tell you, over the last couple of weeks when things have been bad, and I understand, and so I've been a little lenient on kind of coaching, but I can't believe how many customers I've seen come in and they'll what's the word I'm looking for? They will sympathize with them, they will understand them, and they will help them to the best of their ability to get them in and out of the door, which in the last couple weeks' time is very understandable, right? But don't forget your opportunities, right? We're solutions consultants. We're not just clerks. You got to also pitch ACP to those customers. So if they're upset about something, I'll tell you what if I get you a line and instead of paying $50 a month, you can pay $20, or really instead of $57, we pay $27, because obviously we're going to bundle with device protection for each and every customer. So instead of paying $57 a month for your bill, or $67, I can get you out the door at $27. Customers are going to love this news. They're going to love the benefit of ACP, but it seems like we're not asking anymore, at least from what I've seen in the last couple of weeks. So I want to make sure that we kind of refocus on this metric and on this measurable, and that we are pushing ACP for every customer every single time they're walking in your door. In addition to that, notice how I just said really 57, right? Or 67. You need to always bundle a value-added services to any device that you guys are selling, right? And when you do that, you got to think of the power of the words you use. So when you're selling a line, it doesn't matter if it's ACP or if it's a single line, but if you're maximizing that traffic in your store, you need to bundle sell with every customer. So instead of offering, let's say 2 lines for 80, it's 2 lines for 94, unlimited talk, text, data, plus protection on both your lines of service, right? You have to bundle sell with your customers, and they call it the assumption close. You notice what I'm saying is unlimited talk, text, data, plus protection. And when I say protection instead of insurance, in sales, there is something called the power of words. Like, what are buying words? What makes customers want to buy? What makes them want to make a purchase? Having their devices protected, that is a word that everyone wants to have. Everyone wants to have protection on their devices. But if you say, do you want to add insurance for $7 or add insurance to your lines for $14, you're going to get a no every time. You want to bundle, you want to use the right wording, so device protection, and do it for every sale you guys have. So on top of just device protection, we also have international calling on there as well. But so if your customers need to add calling into Mexico, either they can go on the BTN network on the $60 plan, or there's an add-on on our old Orange SIM network, right? But make sure that your customers have at least one value-add services, and obviously device protection with Likewize is the way to go. And now that we can make claims in store with cash, it's even better, because customers who come in and you make a claim, maybe the store will help them. They don't have a debit or credit card. Now that's taken care of, because now they pay that payment in cash. So awesome, awesome stuff. So use that assumption close. Always bundle it in. $57 a month with talk, text, data, plus protection. And keep in mind, now that we're back to normal, right? This may be a difficult message to hear on Monday, but I want you to go back to pushing your black and white SIM cards, okay? Because the old Orange SIM card network is scheduled to end at the end of April. So we're going to need to make this pivot, right? The whys behind that, so you understand. The old Orange SIM card network, that was what we used when Sprint owned us, right? Now Sprint's owned by Dish. So, or Sprint's owned by T-Mobile, rather. So Dish is renting that network from T-Mobile to be able to make those payments for our customers. That is scheduled to end at the end of April. Now, something could change. They get it extended out. I don't know. But from everything I've heard so far, that is scheduled to end at the end of April. So now that things are back up and running, we need you to pivot back to the black and white SIM cards. Let me give you a couple more whys behind that, right? It's not just me telling you that to just push any kind of corporate message on it. It's for what's best for your business. So 1, the old network's going to be going away. 2, it's more profitable. Your stores make more profit on a black or white SIM card activation on the exact same rate plan that they do on an orange SIM card activation. 3, the customers get more data. The $50 plan on black and white SIM card gets 40 gigs of high-speed data compared to only 35 on the orange SIM card network. So now that we are back up and running, and hopefully it stays that way, I know it kind of went up and went down on Friday, but I want to urge you guys to get back into those habits. When it's up, we need to go back to the way we were doing, and we were doing a fantastic job. We pushed this hard in the beginning of February, right? So February 1st until February 22nd, we made huge strides on getting all our customers on black and white SIM cards. And then the outage happened, and we could only do orange. Well, we're back to normal now, so I need you guys to make that pivot back to activating on your black and white SIM cards. It's going to be really crucial for your success to make sure everyone's comfortable with it. So I even had a dealer, it was another veteran dealer I visited, it was back up, and he was like, man, Adam, he's like, I just really was rusty. I hadn't used this in so long. I really was rusty on how to do my activation. So make sure you guys are in the habit, very comfortable with it, and start using that for all your customers. Also want to talk about ways of maximizing the traffic walking in your door. And this is a big one for me. It's never assuming the one-line sale, right? So in the one-line sale, I think a lot of it comes down to the art of the greeting. What I see a lot in stores is, hey, welcome to this, how can I help you? I just need to make a payment. Okay, what's your phone number, right? And they give their phone number and they walk out. To me, that's a clerk. You are not maximizing your sales opportunity. You're not being a solutions consultant. Anyone, any person you put in your store can say, hey, how can I help you today? I'm here to make a payment. What's your phone number, right? You guys are solutions consultants. You're here to make money. There's commission paid. So never assume that one-line sale. What I like to do is greet customers with, hey, are you here for our promos? Now, the reason I use this greeting all the time is because it creates conversation. It creates dialogue. A customer comes into my store. Hey, welcome to Boost. My name's Adam. Are you here for our promos? No, I just need to make a payment. Okay, great. We actually have awesome payments for our awesome promotions for our payment customers today. How many lines do you have currently? So I'm creating that dialogue and seeing how many lines that customer has, because I don't assume if he's just paying one line, maybe I can get him an add-a-line. Even if he's paying one line, I can then pivot to, do I chance have SNAP, WIC, or Medicaid? No, I don't have any of that. No worries. Well, I'll tell you what, how many lines do you have today? I just have one line. Oh, awesome. We have a promotion now for any of our customers making payments. I can get you an add-a-line. I can get you a $200 phone for as low as $15. Is there anyone in your family that might need an add-a-line of service today? It's a numbers game. So it doesn't matter what they say. I can pivot to a sales opportunity. You're going to get 3 answers. 1, no, I'm here to make a payment. Perfect. We actually have promotions for our payment customers. And then I'm just going to do some digging and see if they qualify for ACP or see if they qualify for add-a-lines. 2, yeah, I see you have an iPhone promotion out there on your poster. Do you have that phone in stock? Yes, we do. Or you're going to get 3, are you here for promos? What promotions do you have going on? And then you can do digging that way, right? So it doesn't matter what they say. You can create open-ended dialogue. And when I say open-ended, it means you don't want a lot of yes or no questions. You want to get stuff that creates conversation. So are you here for our promos is going to create conversation, because it doesn't matter what they say. If they say I'm here to make a payment, boom, now we can start a dialogue. That's great. We have promotions for our payment customers. How many lines did you have today? Do you want to have SNAP, WIC, or Medicaid? I can actually get you an add-line, get you a $200 phone for as low as $15, right? So there's a lot of ways you can pivot that and make it work. But you need to never assume that one-line sell. And I see it all the time. Whenever I go to a store and I see a new hire, I love secret shopping them. I go in there and I don't do that to be critical at all. I'm not Boost Police. My job is to make you guys as much money as possible. I hope that's what these calls do, is make you as profitable as possible. So I'm not in there to be Boost Police. When I secret shop a store, it's literally, I just want to help. And if I can see how they're pitching me as just average Joe walking in off the streets, that's going to give me great tools to use to coach. And I can give that coaching then to, okay, here's what I see your opportunities are. Here's what I think you did really well. Here's the things I think that will help make you more money if you just tweak your little pitch here and there. And you're going to get the most out of every customer. But what happens to me all the time, literally I would say 99% of the time, is when I secret shop a door, they always only ask me about one phone. No one's asking me about add-a-lines. So that's a big takeaway. Never assume a one-line sale. Always look for your add-a-lines. Also, I want to talk about Boost Promoter Score. So you guys have the QR codes in your stores. I haven't really been pushing that on my message the last couple of weeks, but it is a great way to drive traffic to your store. Now that we are back up and running, if you have a good customer, have them use that QR code. They can review your store. And then when people go to search for your search, like let's just say Boost in a city. So Boost in Chicago, Illinois, or Boost in Springfield, Illinois, or whatever, wherever the case may be. It'll pull up the Boost stores, but you can see by reviews who has the most positive reviews. That Boost Promoter Score can create a brand for not only your store, but for you as well. You can ask your customers, hey, when you get a review, can you make sure you put my name in it? My name is Adam. I give you your service today. If you could give me a positive review, it really helps our store out. We really appreciate your business. And the reason why that works is if you get customers who are going to give you that 9 or 10, or I believe it's 5 on our scores, those are promoters. They're going to drive customers to you. If they give you a neutral store, they're not going to talk about you. But if they give you like a 1 or a 2, then they're going to be detractors and they're not going to be good for your store. So you want to have as many promoters to your store as possible to drive that traffic. And if they get your name and use your name, people will come in and ask for you. I love seeing, so I'm in a store and the store gets busy and I'll try to step in and help, right? Oh, I can help while you're busy. Is there any questions I can help for you? Greet my customer, do all that. They say, oh, actually, no, I want to work with so-and-so. This person helped me before. Like, to me, that's the biggest compliment to that rep, that they created such good service that customers are going to wait an extra long time until they're freed up because they like the service they got from that customer. And getting those positive Boost Promoter Scores will help you be that rep. All right, next we'll talk about building business outside your 4 walls. So this is going to be big when we get into April, right? As tax season comes to an end, get outside your 4 walls. You can still partner with tax companies, for the next few weeks. I mean, tax day is not until April 15th. So you still got, 35 days to get out there, 25 days to get out there. Do customer appreciation days. You can get out there, St. Patrick's Day. Now, next one up is Easter. Partner with your local communities, join your local chamber of commerce. But when things get slow, what are you doing to drive traffic? So on top of making your smile and dial calls, are you outside of your four walls driving that traffic into your locations? All right, guys, that's all I got for today. I got it at 12:30. We'll open up. Are there any questions at this time? No questions? All right, thank you guys. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.